Hi, I'm Saul and I'm Team Mullen's graphic designer, and welcome to this video. This is the third episode in this series of how to brand yourself as an F1 in Schools team, which introduces you to the basics of graphic design. This video will be slightly different to the previous two, as today's focus is shapes. Shapes is a very broad category, but I want to take you through the basic types of shapes, what meaning different shapes can have, how to use shapes to organise information for any project and use them effectively. But before I do so, I'd like to talk to you about one of our amazing sponsors, Haze Paper Co. They're an extraordinary company who provide transfers and decal paper at cheap prices. In this series I go over different branches of graphic design, how to put them and how to use them effectively to brand yourself as a team. But to put it in practice, you need to put your consistent branding on an array of different items which are personalised. Haze Paper Co. provides all you need to do exactly that. You can personalise mugs and lots more items. You can use their transfers for your car, team uniform or anything you want. To find out more, head to hazepaper.com or click the link in the description. Back to shapes. There are two main categories of shapes used in graphic design, geometric and organic. This is really self-explanatory. Geometric shapes are those which have some kind of math used to create the shape. Examples are squares, triangles and circles. Organic shapes are more free-formed. They can be almost any shape you imagine and can't be defined easily. Examples are scribbles or blobs. Organic shapes can be rounded or have sharp corners. There's a third category which is abstract shapes. These are easily recognised and are used to convey a message with a meaning. This can be a road sign, danger sign or icons. Our logo is made up of geometric and organic shapes. The waves are rectangles with curved corners. The marlin fish is made up of organic shapes. Now I'll quickly take you through 5 different geometric shapes and what they can convey when in artwork, on a web page or organising information. If you use any kind of geometric shape, it will be really strong and draw the eye. First, squares. These can be perceived as strong and stable because of this kind of sturdy aspect to it, almost like it's standing up straight. It can convey a sense of trust. Sometimes it could seem a bit dull, and if you're confronted with that problem, your best bet is to round the corners. Circles convey a sense of fullness. It attracts attention and seems like something is fulfilled. Triangles are very bold. They can point in different directions and can convey meaning through that. It's modern and is slightly dangerous, but not necessarily in a bad way. Hexagons and pentagons are quite strong, mainly because of the flat lines which build up the shapes. Lines are quite visually complex, which means for 2 things. First, sophistication, and that a brand has been built up. Secondly, it could also look busy and at times confusing to look at. Now I'd like to talk to you about curving the corners of shapes. Technically speaking, when you curve the corners, you're taking a circle, dividing it by the number of corners on the shape. The more the corner is rounded, the larger the circle is. An example of this is if you round the corners of a square. Each rounded corner is a quarter or fourth of a circle. If you continue rounding, you'll eventually get to a full circle. Curving corners make shapes seem more user-friendly and kind to the eye. That alone can make a project look a lot more professional. An example of using shapes effectively for artwork is offsetting the outline of a shape from the fill. While this is quite odd, it's actually seen a lot, and I personally quite like it. It can add a lot of character to iconography and artwork. On our website, there are these cartoons of team members which I've created. I'd like to take you through the different shapes which make up the cartoons. This is the cartoon of Rian, one of our CAD engineers. I've used a rounded rectangle for his face, a smaller rounded rectangle and a circle for part of his hair. His neck and the neck for all of the cartoons are rounded rectangles. This is the cartoon for one of our design engineers, Seb. The main body of his face is made from a curved square rotated 90 degrees, and his hair is made out of 2 organic shapes. Finally, I'd like to take you through a way to use shapes to organise information. This is currently just a boring bullet point list of a plan, but we'll turn it into something much better. First, let's establish a colour scheme for this. Let's say green, blue and purple making up an analogous colour scheme on a black background. Then let's add curved triangles with the colours which are numbered and have the information on. The triangles add direction and movement to it. Let's add a line with a gradient to join the graphic all together. It's not the best graphic in the entire world, but it's more legible than before and conveys a lot more meaning than before. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and have a great week. Goodbye.